So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Jussie Smollett, or Jussie, and I guess I called him Jesse because just last night, Chris Rock raised the stakes on, the points of view we have about what's going on with this brother and how much we either believe or don't believe him. And I thought it was hilarious because, Chris Rock is from that long line of comedians that are all about the uncomfortable truth. Of course, it's always still in the realm of opinion, but still, we have to honor this idea that whether it was Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, of course, Paul Mooney, who was a part of all of their sort of backgrounds and their material, Dick Gregory, of course, a complete activist. It's like we don't care who is trying to tell us what to say. We have to come from the gut, as this channel is devoted to express what we feel is real in this reality that we're dealing with. So, of course, when we're talking about Hollywood, aka Hollyweird, aka the AKAs can go on forever. Pettywood, Pedophile, File, whatever you want to. It's crazy. And we know that Hollywood in itself is in the business of what? Make believe. And we have to start asking ourselves, there's a difference between crafting narratives that come from a true place and also straight up and down creating lies, fantasy. And I can't say it enough, but Jussie he's an awful liar. And he got busted. And he got busted way before the Chicago Police Department was in the situation and got on the case. Because, see, one of the things that's happening is we're starting to listen to this idea of you being shamed for believing other than whatever black media is putting out there. And because we have a lot of powerful people in media now who will have points of view that we feel like, well, if we deviate from that, then we're either not in support of our own people, or we just believe that they have a heightened sense of truth and understanding, which is not true. They have jobs to protect, they have careers to protect, and they will protect each other. And really, there's nothing wrong with that. But it also reminds me of, like when we talk about the police, how they have their blue code and they will protect each other at any cost, even when they know there is corruption and wrongdoing. It's the same thing why we at times feel upset and pissed off at white people, because it's like some of the things that y'all pass off as the truth and that y'all will get behind and support is like when it is straight up lies and bullshit, whether it's police department related, whether it's however many of their celebrities commit these heinous acts, and then they just kind of cover it up because they got the great PR firms and spins that can, clean up their garbage. Rich families do it all the time. A PR, and that's what we're talking about right now, a PR machine that is trying to come in and make us believe something that we don't trust from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. My gut says, I don't care. Look, Ava DuVernay, much respect. Taraji P. Henson, much respect. Lee Daniels, well, whatever. And whoever else has had, the support of Jussie Smollett. And you're like, listen, man, when I first hear anybody, right, black people have always had to be bullshit detectors because everyone is always trying to put shit over on us all day, every day. And if you had a partner, let's just imagine, forget the media and the police department and all this other shit, and your partner came home and tried to say, yo, guess what, man? The money that I was supposed to have for rent, I got jacked. These 3 dudes came out and they did this, that, and other. And we all know what a liar does. A lie, because we've been lying since we were children, right? All great liars do what? They come up with so many juicy details that you would think that they're like, listen, I'm trying to make sure I cover all bases. Not only did I see their faces, I know what kind of shoes and sneakers they had on. I know the color of their laces. I saw what they were saying to each other, the hand signals. They're probably down with this set and that set. And it's like, wait a minute, that's too many fucking details. If you're in a traumatizing experience, I'm sorry, how the fuck do you have all of a sudden total recall? So, I know I'm jumping around here, but that's okay because I'm going to get to all of the points I need to get to. And I have to just go over some of those things that came up in this man's description of what happened to him that from jump sounded like lies. And the fact is that, look, I don't care who comes to support the person. You know, each and every person has their radar up at all times. And you look someone in the eye just like little kids. And when he was on that show with the sister and she gave him the platform to say what he had to say, and he broke out into tears and he says, I'm so fucking mad that people don't believe me. What did we do when we were kids and we were trying to pull over a lie? We told it with so much conviction that we even believed it. And I'm dead serious. This is what I'm feeling like I'm experiencing. And it's like we get mad at the way white people lie and believe it. And look, there are hundreds of documentaries about how they have turned companies, they would raise companies, the value up billions of dollars, only to find out that whatever it was that they were really selling was a lie. Whether you're going back to Thomas Edison, whether you just deal with the whole idea of the Carnival Barker and P.T. Barnum, when you think about all of the different businesses in Wall Street, they sell you stories that are false, but it's all about getting you to believe in them. That's what the idea of being a con man is. It's all about getting your confidence. So when you're a child and you're trying to pass over what you believe is the truth to cover up your lie, you will cry, you will scream, you will throw shit, you will basically throw a tantrum and basically express this idea of complete outrage that you are not being believed. So at this particular point, I really do believe that Jussie believes in his own lie. I mean, come on now. Even when I heard something like it was the coldest damn day that most black people have ever felt, because most black people, if you haven't lived or been to Chicago, which I haven't, I complain about little New York City cold, I know that even white people who love the cold would not just be outside with a goddamn red ass hat, a cap on, talking about this is MAGA country. Right now, that shit ain't MAGA country. That shit is the tundra country. That shit would probably be so cold that people are really like there's no race out there. That's going back to a Richard Pryor joke. It's too cold to be racist, Richard Pryor here and now. Just a side reference. But it took Chris Rock, comedian, one who says, you know what? It is my job to go off script to talk about what seems true to me. And, comedians have that courage. They're not they're part of a smaller fraternity. The only people that comedians really at times feel loyal to, all right, are other comedians who've actually been out on the road, who know what it is to create their own material, who have sweated out in clubs and all that other stuff year after year. They have a fraternity, and it's like, look, I've been out in the trenches. Ultimately, I don't make my money from guest appearances from associations like the NAACP. Like, what does that really mean anyway? NAA, niggas are a compromised fucking people. That's all it's ever really represented. Even back with WEB and all that other, but we don't even need to go there. Bottom line is this. Someone like Chris Rock says to himself, if I ever need to go back into the trenches, I can hit the road where people used to generally supported me and helped me develop my name, helped me develop my style, my toughness, my courage. I would never need to fabricate some kind of story, some kind of sensational event to not only get some attention, but to try to boost my career. And I think that's something that's lost on a lot of people today about today's artists in general. And it's not their fault. I'm not mad at Jussie. It's just that, instruction has been lost. We rely too much on PR and that which is PC and the ABCDs, the accuse, blame, criticize, and deny model of self-preservation. So ultimately, you have many choices, whether you want to choose to believe that he's innocent, guilty, or something in the middle, or however you want to choose to live your own life. I just choose to live mine through the gut. So there you have it. And until next time, hey, peace and blessings.